One of my favorite things about living in the US would be our political system. Let me explain that a bit, because I know that might sound a bit confusing. Other than professional sports, the best example of modern-day gladiatorial combat would be America's political system. It's just brutal. You got two guys, okay, diametrically opposed on every issue, or they're supposed to be diametrically opposed on every issue, battling it out, and there's only one winner, man. That is just a recipe for entertainment. During election years, watching the news report these battles is pretty much just another form of reality television. It's overblown, it's unrealistic, and it's just plain silly for the most part. The reason I'm talking about this is because I've been asked a question on my various social networks. People come to me, they're like, Connor, you're so persuasive, and I'm like, I know. Man, I know. And they're like, how do you win arguments? And I'm like, okay, ooh, that's a toughie. That's a tough one to answer. Knowing me, when you ask a question like that, you should expect the answer to somehow fall under the umbrella of the problem is the problem. That's how I view most issues in society. The fact that the problem exists, that's the problem. It's not the problem, it's the problem that is the problem, if I'm making any sense. My best answer, I guess, for this question of how to win an argument is this. Don't look at an argument as a win-lose scenario. I know that's really difficult. I am, and continue to be, a very competitive person in all aspects of my life, and that's something that I deal with all the time. And I've gone through phases in my life, and every once in a while I still slip back into that mode, where if I'm in an argument and I think I'm right, it's all or nothing. It's win or lose. That's what it is. And I don't like that. To be honest, I don't really think that's the most productive way of going about it. I like to view arguments not as a win-lose scenario and more of an open-ended discussion where you have multiple parties sharing their various information and opinions on a subject, and then each of those individuals makes a conclusion based on that information that was shared in that big pile of information and opinion. That's how I view arguments. And I think where we run into problems is that people take dissent and disagreement so personally. I do it too, all the time. At least in reasonable arguments, dissent doesn't equal I hate you or I don't like you. But obviously, there's a lot of situations where people aren't reasonable when they're arguing. The key word for me is open-ended. If you enter a conversation, a discussion, an argument, whatever you want to call it, and you already know your opinions entering and you know what they're going to be when you leave, that's not open-ended. And what's the point of even having that conversation if you're already set in your ways? The whole point of communication and talking to people and sharing opinions is to change the way we think about things. So the best way, I think, to win an argument is to not look at an argument as something to win, rather as an experience to be had and knowledge to be gained about whatever. And that's not to say that you shouldn't stick to your guns on an issue that's important to you. If you have an opinion, share why you have that opinion and the information that has led you to that opinion. But if somebody presents better information to you, you need to be open to changing that opinion. So many people are just set in their ways about how they look at the world around them, and to be honest, I think that's so stifling to our species. And I think that just separates us further instead of increasing our overall knowledge as a species. It just divides us into different factions with different opinions and belief systems. Granted, there are times when you enter a discussion or an argument or whatever you want to call it where you know 100% that you are right and that person is 100% wrong and their opinion is not intelligent at all. You have a couple of options here. You can use your logic, your reason, your facts, your research, whatever, and just lay into that person and tell them how wrong they are, or you could just present the information to them, and it's up to them to change their opinion. That's another thing I think we forget a lot, myself definitely included, that you can't actually change somebody's opinion. That person has to want to have their opinion be changed. So based on that, the most effective means of persuasion is not a direct, I'm trying to change your opinion approach, it's more, here's everything. You make your own conclusion about it. And that's kind of how I look at vlogging in a way. Here's me presenting all the information and my experience in a way out to you. And at the end of most videos, I ask you guys what you think. And I actually genuinely care about what you guys think on whatever it is I'm talking about. And there have been so many times where I've made a video and I've said something that I think, and in the comments, I've changed my opinion. And I think that's beautiful, because this isn't about me trying to change your opinion about life, about whatever. And this isn't about you trying to change my opinion. This is just about us talking about things and learning about things together. And everyone's gonna have their own process of getting to that solution, getting to that answer of whatever question it is they're asking. And that is why it is so awesome to be alive and exist. If everyone was the same, if everybody got to their answers the exact same way or had the same answers to every question, the world would be so boring. But the world isn't boring. We're all different. We all have different things that we've learned and different experiences that we've had that have led us to the various conclusions that we have made. So to bring it back to the question, how to win an argument, that's my answer. It's not about winning, it's not about losing. And when you make it not about winning or losing, everybody wins, and no one loses. That's all I gotta say about that. to bring it back to 20 seconds ago. I would love to hear what you guys think about this in the comments. As always, I'm Connor Manning. You've just become a little more awesome, and I will see you guys again on Sunday for a video that is really special to me. Yep. It's a good vlog. I'm sweating. That's how you know. If you're done filming the vlog and you're a bit sweaty, that's how you know, because you were into it. Body and soul. And that body decided to excrete things to cool you off because it was getting hot in here. Maybe it's the lights. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into something. But that's not me. I don't do that. Yeah, I will see you guys on Sunday. Or you shall see me on Sunday. And yeah, I'm excited about it. Big day. Big day, sports fans. Yeah.